I want to draw a scarecrow. Um, I have this mask here. I want to kind of do its face in this type of style where it's kind of stitched and you can kind of tell that the mouth is here. So I was just looking at this mask and that's where it kind of came to mind that that's probably what I should, that I haven't really drawn that. So I'm going to give that a shot here in the next little while. I got these 4 paintbrushes. I don't think it's going to require anything too crazy. And then I'm just going to be using a solid white canvas. Currently trying to take the protective film off of it. Time to make the outline with a pencil. Not really gonna use an eraser because when you draw on these, even with graphite, I think that's what the tip of this is, it's very difficult to erase the whatever lines you put down. So it just gets covered up with paint. Also, I should probably paint the background first. However, I don't ever seem to do things that way, and I always like to do things the more difficult way. So yeah, we're going for the outline first. And this is what I've came up with. It's a little too detailed, so when I do run paint on it, I'll probably tone it down a little bit. I also kind of have some empty areas over here, so I might do some different things with the background once I get to that point. But for now, this is the general idea. I'm quickly just shading all this, making the background basically, and I'm just shading this light gray to dark gray. I wanted it to look like the sun or the light's coming this way, so maybe like the sun would be out here and whatnot. I plan to make the bottom here all black, and I plan to do some other things that will require to look like shadows in the background, and so this is the reason why this is currently blank. I'm not 100% committed yet to doing all the black yet, quite yet, I guess. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this dark gray all the way down, and then it'll be easy to cover up with black. I tested in this area here what the vegetation, I guess, could possibly look like, and I'm actually okay with how this turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and do the details on the scarecrow because some of these leaves will be in front of it, and I don't want to be coloring around the leaves. So I'm going to move my focus onto the scarecrow, and then afterwards, probably even last, I will do the vegetation all around here. What I'm doing right now is I'm outlining the, what's the word that I want to use? The stand that's holding the scarecrow up. I mixed a brown color, and this is the color that I'm using for the outlines. I usually only, as I've said it in other videos, I usually only work with three colors, actually like 5 colors total. I work with blue, yellow, red, and black and white. Basically from that, I'm able to make every color in general. And so I can't necessarily, there's some artists that will say, I use this specific red or, you know, this specific like shade of yellow or whatever. Because I mix my own colors, I can't do that. It's just, I just keep mixing until the color looks right. I've taken a lighter brown and I've done this to shade. I just dip my paintbrush in water, and obviously after cleaning it, and then I kind of smear back and forth through here, and you'll get that faded look there. Up there, there's not really a shadow. The reason that this is darker is just because of the way its arms are. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make some texture on the wood by making a darker brown than possibly even this color here, and then going through and creating grooves that you would see in wood. I feel most scarecrows usually have weird farmer old clothes. And usually those clothes are like brown or whatnot. However, since his stand is brown, I don't want to have him disappear in it. So I've mixed this weird green color and I'm going to just outline some of the key things that would be darker anyway. And I'm going to see what that kind of looks like. That will also give me an idea. This will give me an idea of what colors to incorporate the shirt itself. I don't know that I can do a dark green color either because of the black of the vegetation. So this is going to be a little difficult. I might have to Google and just kind of see what some individuals that have drawn scarecrows, what colors they've used, but I just know that most scarecrows have a lot of brown on them. This is somewhat what I mean. The green kind of disappears with the dark gray background. If all the vegetation comes through here, then it's definitely going to not be noticeable. So when I outline the scarecrow, at least for the shirt, I need to outline it in a brighter color that's a shade of this green and whatever background I use on the shirt. Okay, I made a mistake and this light green color was not the right choice to outline this with. So I'm going to go around this with this dark green color again and see if I can get it to stand out more in this setup that it's got going on right now. When you do art, sometimes, or there's a saying that sometimes less is better than more, or to stop while you're ahead. Yeah, I probably should have calmed down 10 or 15 shades of green ago, but I don't know. It seems to be somewhat okay. I'm not the happiest with it, but it is what it is. So at this time, I'm going to start working on the rope. I got to figure out the colors that will not blend in with the brown or the gray. I've mixed this dark brown color and I'm going to outline the rope with this color first, which is very close to that brown that's right there on the texture of the wood. So we'll see how well that works out. My yellow and I are having problems. It seems to have a leak somewhere, but I can't figure out where it's at. So every time I touch it, it ends up all over my hands. All right, so the rope is done. And at this point, it's time to move on to the part that I've been waiting for, which is the face. So let's see how that ends up coming out. I'm still pretty unsure about the shirt, but at this point, it's just best I move on and then complete it all. And then afterwards, come back to the shirt if there's anything that I can even touch up on it. Maybe I might have to do it a completely different color. I don't know. The eyes are going to be pretty simple, just solid black. So I'm going to try to incorporate my mask as much as possible. A lot of the things that I did here, I don't know how well you can tell, but I painted them to give kind of like a burnt and worn out look. The string, however, I did actually burn the string and I burned some of these areas up here. So I need to figure out how I'm going to get that to show up on the face here and how I can make it look very much like this. This part here, everything with like the black lines will be like a straw, and so it'll be kind of a yellowish color. But I'm really hoping that however I make the mask and the well, not the mask, I guess it would be the face and this part of the neck, I hope that I can somehow get it to blend in somewhat or at least make sense with the shirt. Okay, I've taken some time away from it and it's now morning and I kind of figured out what I don't like. So the green here is just a little too thick, so I'm going to kind of get rid of that. It makes this shadow down here that's just not really there, I think, and so that's probably what's throwing it off. Other than that, it's looking okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of take care of this and then see how I feel about it. Literally all I did was touch the bottle of yellow and now I've got yellow all over my fingers. I do not know what's wrong with this bottle. Okay, I believe I'm pretty content with it now, and so I'm going to, let me see if I can get a little more water in there. I'm going to move on to the face. Okay, I've mixed this fairly light brown color or brownish color, and this is going to be for the burlap mask. So hopefully it gives the color of burlap and doesn't give the color of something else. I don't know that I like that. Let me see if I can add some yellow to it. It's not like brown enough. There we go. That's much better. The yellow definitely did it. I'm going with this darker brown and just making kind of the stitches that you would find in any burlap mask or costume. And it seems to be working out okay. I hope I don't have issues.
Oh no.
Okay, that's not a problem. That'll be covered up anyway. I hope there won't be an issue when it get down to here where I'm going to have a darker brown color, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. To do the centerpiece, the center part, I'm going to have to make a very, very dark, almost black brown color. Yeah, I think this definitely will work for the color. I've added some texture to the face. Well, some, I guess, what would be burn marks. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this darker shade of brown that I've made here, and I'm going to make this part dark. Eventually I'll have to probably put some gray in here to just make these parts look like they're sunken in. And so let's see how well that works out. I'm hoping it doesn't blend in with this. Ooh, I'm a little concerned there. I'm going to apply some light gray in here, and hopefully that gives it a little more of a worn look. Ooh, actually, I think I'm doing this wrong. I probably should have the gray only on the outside here and not on the inside. So I'll have to fix this again with that brown that I was using before. Okay, so I've gone ahead and done the bottom part of the burlap, similar color as what I used up here. The only thing that I need to figure out how to do here, or what to do with, is how to distinguish the chin from the neck area. One thing I also missed is I didn't bring this line all the way down where the burlap is meeting, so I need to do that really fast. The same color that I used to I guess differentiate the difference between one side and the other side of the mask, I'm going to try to use that same color down here to see if I can outline the bottom part of it. Yeah, I think that'll probably work. Might have been too dark. I might have to do it a little bit lighter, actually. So it's time to now do the hair. I've mixed this like light yellowish tinted color, and it's going to be straw. This color though, I don't know that I can make it again, so I'm going to hurry up and put it on the piece before it dries out, and or before I have to try to replicate it. This yellow that I've mixed now, or the same color that I used for the hair, this color is a little bit thicker and there's not very much water in it, so I'm going to make streaks with this. Currently what I'm doing is I'm taking the same like dark brown used here to outline his chin, and I'm now outlining where the straw, well, his hair would be coming out of. And I now do believe that I probably want to add some black in here, or maybe even a very dark shade of this yellowish color. But I'm going to try to just do that with this first and see if I can get some, I guess like some variation within the what would be, I guess, straw. One thing I just realized, gotta make it look like the straw's coming out of the tears. Okay, time to finish the vegetation. This is hopefully going to be the funnest part of this. Some of this has been fairly challenging, so. So we've learned some things. One, I'm probably not going to take more than a week off from painting, and then ever again. And then two, I'm probably going to stay away from color going forward. But for now, this piece is done, and there's the Scarecrow.